What's up, guys? It's Jason. I'm gonna do the team building video. This is the night. This is the day right after I uploaded the I think UU live session 5. So let's get right into it. My girlfriend's at work. I don't have work for another couple of hours. So I decided I have nothing to do, so I don't have class till Tuesday, that I should just pump one out. So we're gonna be looking at this team, my 3-choice team, which is to some success, and let's get right into it. Let me just call this YouTube team. Okay, so let's make it UU. So basically, I wanted to pick a theme for any team. You want to have like a something that you center around. For example, some people want to center a team around like Specs Kingdra, Dragonance Kingdra, Subcommand Raikou. I'm just gonna go through a list of what like things you can go use in UU that would be really good. So Obama Snow, Swords Dance, or Sub Seed would be very good. If you're gonna do something like that, you gotta use Hail. Another thing people like to do is revolve their team around Choice Banded Arcanine with extreme speed, which is a great revenge killer. It does like so much damage. It's very underrated, and with Victini probably getting banned, Arcanine can see more usage. Some people want to see a little sweep by Choice Banded Azumarill's Aqua Jet. Some other people want to see a Scarf Chandelure sweep or a Specs Chandelure sweep, or the Wall Break with Chandelure. Let's see here. Sword Stance Cobalion will do quite a number on solid teams that lack. Let's see here. Basically a water type like a Swampert or something. Nasty Room Cafagrius, Nasty Electric Room Cafagrius. Let's see what else things we have. So these are just to name a few because I want to get right into the team because I don't have that much time. Another couple of things would be like let's see here. Physical Sharpedo or Special Sharpedo, and likewise you can do something like Specs Hinterland Yanmega or Life Orb Boost, Life Orb Speed Boost Yanmega. So anyway, I want to build it around choiced Pokemon. So the most important aspect of any balanced team is the Revenge Killer. I feel like you can't really build a team without a Revenge Killer because a Revenge Killer, as Coco Loco has pointed out before, is basically it is an emergency answer to any Pokemon, like a Scarf Heracross, Scarf Victini. You have some sort of answer to it after you sack it. Now, you obviously want to go with the Choice Scarf, and you want to choose between your abilities. Inner Focus for like Ambipom, Regenerator, or Reckless. I don't really deal with Ambipom, so I'm taking out the Inner Focus. Regenerator is good for like longevity, so you can switch into like Mega Horns, you can switch into like a lot of hazards, and you can afford to miss high jump kick, but it lacks the raw power to OHKO. Kingdra after 2 Stealth Rock switch-ins, if it's Specs. Flygon after Stealth Rock, Raikou after Stealth Rocks. You lose the ability to 2 a KO, Special Defensive Blastoise. Yeah, so I opt to go for Reckless because it's a revenge killer. If I miss the Mienshao, if I didn't want to miss, I'd use something like Drain Punch. So the most important aspect of a Scarfer for me is either having a Volt Switch move or a U-turn move or baton pass. So I'm gonna use U-turn to get some damage, and it it's a bug move, which is really good in UU because it hits things like like grass types and that kind of things. Obviously, you want to go with high jump kick. You want to use Stone Edge for coverage like Crobat, Zapdos, and then you can either opt to use Drain Punch, Jump Kick, which has 95% accuracy and 100 base power, boosted by Reckless, but you're less likely to miss. Or Aerial Ace. I opt to use Aerial Ace just because of the prevalence of Rizion and Heracross. So here the EVs are fairly straightforward. Let me just move this down here. You wouldn't run Jolly Nature, max speed to outspeed things like just outspeed, because the thing is, if you're using Adam and you're outsped by like a positive based nature to hundreds like Flygon or something like that. 4 special defense EVs to prevent the Porygon family from getting a beneficial boost. A max attack, and there you have a revenge killer. Now, next thing you want is like a Choice Banded user, right? And the best one, in my opinion, is Crobat actually, because basically it has really good typing. It quad resists like grass and fighting, so it can switch in on Roserade and stuff. And more importantly, it has this move, U-turn, which allows it to provide momentum, and Brave Bird. And I took the step from Fuga. Basically, you go for Sleep Talk, that way you're a perfect counter to Roserade and Moongus, because you can U-turn out or a Brave Bird, and something's going to die. Now, the EVs are the same as Mienshao, where you want to run Jolly Nature, because you want to be able to outspeed things like Timid, Raikou. 4 special defense EVs to prevent Porygon families from getting a beneficial boost. and max attack. And Choice Banded Crobat hits extremely hard. It 2-hit KOs Raikou after rocks. It 2-hit KOs offensive Zapdos after rocks. So yeah. Also, these two Pokemon provide really high speed because Mienshao outspeeds most of the unboosted tier, save like let's see here, Scarf Verzion, Scarf Cobalion, which you don't see very often at all actually, and like Scarf Azelf, which is kind of gimmicky, but it actually does really well against this team because I have Glaring Psychic Weakness and things like Timid Raikou, stuff like that. So yeah, so this thing can, these two are perfect anti-leads to like Suicide Lead, Azelf, or whatever. And Mienshao's good for like Sharpedo. Crobat is good for taking close combat and Mega Horn from Heracross. Or fighting types, bug types, grass types, just in general because of its you know, typing. It has really good utility for a Choice Banded user. Now these two in particular have trouble with Umbreon and let's see here, Rhyperior. Now Umbreon, you're just gonna have to wear down. So what I wanted to do is use a Specs Kingdra because Specs Kingdra is right now the best Kingdra in my opinion. That's only because Scarf Mienshao basically dumps on sub DD Kingdra or just DD Kingdra. So you want to use Surf, the Nuke, Hydro Pump, the bigger Nuke. Surf's for accuracy. I don't really use a Hydro Pump, but people use it. I use Dragon Pulse for consistent damage and Draco Meteor to take out like let's see here, Suicune when it's at like 60% health, Blastoise when it's at 60% health. Yeah, I'm gonna run 0 speed attack IVs so I don't get like, you know, foul play or confusion damage, minimize that. Max special attack, max speed, and I want to run a modest nature because I'm supposed to be a wall breaker. Basically I U-turn on out with Mienshao and Crobat. It's for a Kingdra to do work. I run Swift Swim to counter rain teams, and I'm gonna run modest instead of timid, even though timid will beat almost all rain teams, because modest in general will be of more use to you just because it's supposed to be a wall breaker. So yeah, now these three Pokemon have trouble with like special behemoths such as Snorlax if Mienshao's gone, Umbreon if Mienshao's gone. So there's a couple of things you can do. One, I opt to use Arcanine. I'm gonna use Life Orb, Intimidate because you know, it's an Intimidate check for things like Moxie, Honchkrow, or whatever. I'm gonna use Morning Sun, Flare Blitz, you know, because I need it for things like Bronzong, because this team also has trouble with Bronzong. Extreme Speed as like a secondary revenge killer, and then Close Combat instead of Crunch, just because Chandelure cannot touch my team. Basically, if it's Specs, I can take it out with Crobat or Mienshao, and if it's Scarfed, I can live a hit with Kingdra and then just retaliate with the Surf. So yeah, so Close Combat is dealt with specifically for Umbreon and stuff. I believe that like Adamant Life Orb Arcanine does like 70% to especially defensive Umbreon, but let me just yeah, it does 77 to 91% after with Close Combat. So yeah, this is what I'm gonna run, an Adamant Nature, just like I would for like a plus attack or special attack nature for Arcanine like I did for Kingdra, because this is meant to be like a wall breaker and also does priority. You want to run max speed because the EVs that are on Smogon are a bit outdated, and 4 in special defense so you can stop Porygon families from getting a beneficial boost. So yeah, you have an awesome revenge killer, a way to do a Bronzong, semi-reliable recovery. Basically you can come in on like a Bronzong after you've taken a lot of recoil, just Morning Sun up. You can opt to use Crunch to predict the Chandelure switch, so you can know which Chandelure kind of walls this, but it's whatever. Now what I want is like a physically defensive wall to take things on like Heracross if Crobat goes down. And so yeah, I want to use physically defensive Zapdos because Zapdos is really underrated, and also my team benefits a lot from paralysis because Kingdra is choice specs with neutral nature speed, and Arcanine is adamant with neutral nature speed, so it would greatly appreciate paralysis. So I want to use Roost for reliable recovery, Toxic to wear down walls such as Swampert, Rhyperior, or Blastoise, Discharge for paralysis, and it does a lot, and Roar to prevent things like, let's see here, you know, like sub GD Kingdra from setting up, if, you know, stuff like that, if you're fully paralyzed, if you're a statist. So I'm gonna run 248 HP to get an odd number, so I can switch into Stealth Rock's maximum at a time. Max defense and 8 in special attack, and I'm gonna run Bold Nature. Also again 0 attack IVs. And what I like to do with this is basically you have more toxic than Umbreon his heal bell, so you want to discharge Umbreon, and then you just want to toxic it once it uses all its heal bell, because synchronize will make you paralyzed. And yeah, and then now you need like a stealth rocker or something like that. Now there's a couple of you can use personally, because like you could use Bronzong, but you have a, you know, or you can use Cobalion or, you know, Empoleon or whatever, but I have to use Claydol. I know people are gonna give me crap for it, but it's whatever. I want to do Stealth Rock. I'm gonna use Rapid Spin because it gets hazards away. Basically, I have 3 things weak to rock, so I want Stealth Rock, Rapid Spin on one Pokemon, because basically all the Rapid Spinners suck anyway. So and I don't want to use something like Blastoise because I already have a water type, and then like Swampert because I'll have another water type. So yeah, and then I'm gonna use Earthquake for you know, taking care of Raikou, Suckumon Raikou, that kind of stuff. And I'm actually gonna use Protect, just to scout moves, and I'm gonna use Special Defensive. And yeah, this is the team. You can opt to use Magikarp, but Magikarp's kind of my own thing, so I'm not gonna show you guys. So yeah, that's the team, and now the team, like I said, has problems with like basically. Section Allure is kind of an issue because you have to sack something on your team, and you have to hit with Stone Edge with Mienshao. Let's see what else. Scarption Allure is not that big of an issue because basically, I believe that like if you're modest, you can outspeed with if they're modest, you can outspeed with Crobat just because Chandelure is piss slow. And then this team has trouble with like Umbreon, but Umbreon is really an issue for all teams. You can opt to run like something like Justified or Flash Fire and Arcanine, but like I wanted an Intimidate check, Inner Focus Tick on like Amber-Palms and stuff. And yeah, basically the whole gist of the team is to get some momentum with these two, Wall Break with these two, Clean Up with these two, switch into Zapdos when you need like a pivot switch for like Heracross, and then Claydol to set up rocks, keep hazards off the field, and protect on like Mega Horn from like Heracross, basically that kind of stuff. You can also protect to scout out what the choice Chandelure is gonna do, because if it goes for Shadow Ball, you can easily just switch into something like I don't know. Well, basically, if you get Shadow Ball, you can get like a little bit of lefties if it's Scarf, and then take it out with Earthquake after rocks and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, that's it. Again, you might need something for Chandelure, so what you could do is opt to run Choice Band and Snorlax over Crobat, but then to have a Pursuit Driver, but then again you'll have a trouble against like Heracross. So you basically have to pick your poison, because at 5th gen you can't like you have to accept that you can't make a counter for every Pokemon. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. This will be uploaded after I get about 200 views on my other video, my UU Session 5. If you guys have not checked it out, definitely go check it out. It was pretty good battles, and I used this team, oopsie, in action. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.